Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, November 25th, and I am your morning witch. So today begins the last Mercury Retrograde of 2024. Now, Mercury will be in retrograde until the end of the year and carry us into the new year. But don't worry, I can tell you what you need to do. Nothing. Be careful about your communication. Take care of your electronics. Make sure all your bills for your internet and things like that are paid. Because Mercury is what controls communication. So when Mercury's energy is in retrograde, which really just means it looks like it's moving backward in the sky, but it's really not. It's just the way our planets are aligned, right? But that pull is changed because it's the way our planets are aligned currently in retrograde, right? So it just it pulls differently on those communication pieces and on those pieces of technological things that we have in our life. So just be careful and don't sweat it, because if you worry and you're like, oh my gosh, everything's gonna go wrong, guess what? The universe is gonna hear you saying, everything's going wrong, everything's gonna go wrong, and everything is going to go wrong. Just don't worry about it. Be chill, be cool, be on your communication. What I mean by that, make sure you're fully explaining yourself. Don't assume somebody knows what you mean. Say what you mean. Make sure that you're doing everything within your power to not be misunderstood. And when those misunderstandings happen, because they very much likely will, whether it's Mercury retrograde or not. We are human beings communicating with other human beings. So misunderstandings are likely to happen because on one end or another, someone is likely to assume or only look at something through their own personal lens, which means they may not understand what has been communicated to them. So we just have to try. We just have to try a little bit harder. We just have to be on our mark if we're even concerned about it. But I promise you, I do generally nothing different during Mercury retrograde. And generally nothing different happens in my life. Yeah, there's the usual problems, because problems happen sometimes. But it's not exponentially larger like some people make it seem it's going to be. So don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Don't chill. You got this. Just make sure you're trying to communicate really well. And if you really want, you can look up your birth chart, see what your planet is, or I'm sorry, see what your Mercury placement is, zodiac from the zodiac, right? And then you can try to use that to your advantage. But you don't have to you don't have to wrap yourself in bubble wrap. You don't have to log out of all your accounts until the middle of January when Mercury goes back out of retrograde. Because right now there's a whole lot more going on, because Pluto just went direct for the first time in I can't remember how long. But follow Dara Lonas on TikTok, and she'll tell you more about it, because that's where I've been paying attention to the Pluto moving from retrograde to direct. And Pluto, I have a high communication with it, or I have a high connection with it. So that's important to me. And whether you realize it or not, you do too. So happy Monday. And don't worry, you'll do fine this retrograde. You've survived all the others before this, haven't you?